it's Brett, and I am back to share another tip with you to help you out during your wedding planning process. So if you have watched our YouTube channel, you might have seen that I did a video like 2.5 years ago about save the dates and wedding invitations, but I wanted to do that video again for y'all because obviously people who got married 2.5 years ago are not still watching. So I figured I should go ahead and make another video to share this tip with you. But if you want to watch the original video or any of our other videos, head on over to our YouTube channel. It's Hidden Creek Connection. You can find a ton of different videos and tips on there. So save the dates and wedding invitations. These are two different things. Yes, you do need both. I know some people have asked before, oh, if I'm on a budget, can I just not do a save the date? No, you need both. Let me tell you why. So first of all, a save the date is going to go to anyone that you plan on inviting to the wedding. Don't send a save the date to everyone. Only send it to people that you plan on inviting to the actual wedding. So what your save the date is, this is going to be a card that says, hey, we're getting married, we're engaged, this is our wedding date, save it. This is so important for people who are coming from out of town because for one, they're gonna have to book hotels. For two, they're gonna have to book flights. They're gonna have to take time off of work. These are things that they are happy to do because they love you and they wanna share in this experience with you. But if you are giving them ample notice, they can get better rates on flights. They can take off work and not have so much pushback. You know, these are things that they just need to plan ahead for. So a save the date is something that people out of town are really going to need. Also, that save the date, I think, is really cute. If you do it like in the twinkle lights at our ceremony site or on our staircase, you can bring your dog and say like, my mom and dad are getting married with a little sign on it. It's just something cute. People hang it on their fridge in their home and they look at it every day. So that's definitely going to be something people enjoy receiving. When you send the save the date, you're going to send that at least 6 months before the wedding. 6 to 8 months is kind of that sweet spot. So you're giving people time to plan. Your save the date does not necessarily have to have any kind of details. You don't have to put a wedding website. You don't have to put like the location, anything like that. If you already know the location, then yes, I would go ahead and put that on there. But your wedding invitation is going to be where you get those RSVPs back from. That's where you're going to have the wedding website. That's where you're going to have like 2 seats are reserved for you. That's all the information goes on the wedding invitation. The save the date is just kind of a basic general knowledge. So the save the date is going to go out 6 to 8 months before the wedding. The invitation is going to go out 2 to 4 months before the event. I personally think 3 months is kind of the sweet spot where you should do it. The reason is I feel like 2 months is going to leave you a little bit rushed because catering needs to know your final guest count about 1 month before your wedding so they can order the food, they can hire staffing, they can prepare for everything. So if they need your final guest count 1 month before the wedding, you're going to need about a month of time to allow people to send in their RSVPs honestly, y'all, you're going to have to make phone calls to these people and you're going to have to call them and you're going to say, you didn't send your RSVP back. Are you coming or not? So you want to leave yourself some wiggle room to get those RSVPs back. You know, mail systems, there can be delays, especially everything going on right now. The mail is taking forever to get to people. So if you are sending those out, make sure you are sending them in plenty of advance time so that way people can check with work, check with family, see, okay, am I able to make it? Fill out that RSVP card and then mail it back in. A little tip that I do want to share with y'all is make a wedding website. I honestly think that this is something every couple should do. And on your wedding website, you should have a spot where they can RSVP. The reason I say this is those RSVP cards that people get in the mail, I don't know why it's like this, but no one fills them out and no one sends it back. It's very, very rare that people do it. I think especially with the younger generation, honestly, they just want to be able to click it online on their phone and be done with it. They don't want to have to worry about putting it in a mailbox and sending it back in. So if you have a wedding website where they can RSVP, you're going to get a lot more RSVPs a lot faster. Also, if you use a wedding website through like Minted or The Knot or anything like that, they can enter in their address. And then that way, when you send thank you cards, you have everything in one spot. So that's a really nice thing to keep in mind as well. Also, whenever you are sending your invitation, you need to be putting on there, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. 2 seats have been reserved for you at the Kilgore wedding. You need to specifically say who you are inviting, because if you say the Smith family, that could literally mean anyone. They could bring all of their kids. They could bring whoever they want to your wedding because you didn't specifically say. So I would say, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2 seats have been reserved for you. Specifically tell them who's invited, and then on their RSVP card that they can send back in, you need to put how many are coming and their names. Also, another tip for you is make sure that you are numbering those RSVP cards when you send them out, and that you have a spreadsheet at home that says, okay, invitation number 1 went to, the Johnson family. Invitation number 2 went to the Glover family. Whoever you want to be the person, you're going to have a spreadsheet, because a lot of people send those RSVPs back in and they forget to put their names. I don't know why people do that, but they're going to put yes or no, and they're never going to fill out their name, and you're going to be like, well, great, you're coming, but who are you? And so if you numbered it in the corner, then you can look back on your spreadsheet and be like, oh, okay, well, they just didn't put their name, but I know who they are, no problem. So make sure you are doing that. Also, another fun little thing to do on your RSVP card is have a song request. Whenever your guests hear the song that they requested, they're going to get so excited, they're going to get up, they're going to want to dance to it, and it helps you to know the vibe that you are setting for the wedding. So requesting a song on your RSVP is always a fun idea. Also, make sure that you are putting your wedding website on your invitation. The reason I say that is because your wedding website is where you're going to have hotel accommodations. You're going to tell them, information. A lot of times people put who's hosting the wedding, who the wedding party is. You can put activities for the couple or for the people to do that are in the area, things like that. So make sure that you're putting your wedding website in there with your invitation. Also, make sure that you are sending these out with plenty of time. I know that I already talked about this in the video, but that is probably my biggest tip for you, is send them out with plenty of notice. So that way you have time to get those RSVPs back. I hope that this video helped you out. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to help you out during your wedding planning process. Bye, guys.